How's it going, Firestorm? So I took a look at your request here, which says, and I'm just trying to understand. It says, I have an objective and some artillery. What I need is artillery to fire on the objective once the airfield has been captured by a certain faction and then deactivated after the objective has been completely destroyed. In other words, I don't want the artillery spawning on mission start, and I want it gone after players done their job. So on the left here is what you have, and I'm also making an assumption that this logic works. I didn't even bother looking at this logic, and we'll see here on the right what I'm talking about. So this is all yours, and basically what I did is I just copied this section right here, and I duplicated it over here, and then sort of cleaned it up and made it look good. So we're going to assume that Germany somehow captured the airfield. Now you'll remove this MCU and actually connect to the gate here that I have. But we're assuming that Germany has captured airfield, so like this logic works, and then the German team has captured the airfield. So then it pulses to this gate. Now, let's assume that the players somehow have already destroyed this allied factory. They've already done that. If they have already destroyed the allied factory, then this deactivate fires, and what that does is it deactivates the gate. And remember, a gate is just a timer MCU, but in my case, I'm using it as to open the floodgates or close the floodgates for any of the pulsing that happens, right? So if Germany has captured this airfield and this gate is closed because I've deactivated it already, then none of this will ever fire. None of this will ever fire. So if somehow the players have already destroyed these allied factories before they've captured the airfield, then the artillery never spawns to help them out. Never happens. Okay, so let's assume though that the gate is open, right? We got 100 milliseconds later. We let the players know, hey, German rocket launchers are now moving, and that's coming from your messages right here. And they're in position, they're about to fire, and so we got 100 seconds later, and then I activate them. So now they'll spawn in. The key here is that you want to make sure that enabled is not checked. And in yours, so we'll look at yours real quick. You can see that enabled is checked, right? And so this is wrong. This is definitely wrong right there. And this might be why you're having issues. So anyway, so we activate them, and that basically makes that check block checked, right? And so then they spawn in, and they're there, but they're not doing anything. So then we have 1 second later, and we send a pulse to this command attack group. And what that does is it sends a notification to our lead. Hey, I need you to start shooting rockets at in this 400 meters circle, this yellow line, yellow circle, and all the children who are tied to that lead, and you can see here, you have that correct, are all tied to the lead, will also start firing at the in this circle as well. So basically, it starts helping destroy this factory. And then you had, I think, a 20 count, and that might actually work. I didn't check. Let's see, objective destroyed, 20 count. Yeah, so you have a 20 count on your artillery block, or I'm sorry, on your factory blocks. But I sort of split it up a little bit, so I have a 3 count, a 3 count, a 3 count, and so on for each one. And what that does is, let me turn this back on. Basically, I'm going, hey, out of these 6 objects, destroy 3 of them, any of the 3. If any of the 3 get destroyed, then this counts and it sends a pulse to this one. Same thing for this guy. We get 3 out of this one, 3 out of this one, and so on. It just helps the player make it believable, right, that they don't have to destroy every single last little entity, but that they can destroy about 80 to 90% of it, and then that kind of counts as being destroyed. So whether the players do it or the artillery pieces do it, it doesn't matter. Once all of them are destroyed, I get my 6 count fired off. Then 3 seconds later, we say, hey, allied factories have been destroyed. That's your message, and it's working fine. And then we're sending a pulse to this deactivate icons, which stops the on attack message, which I should talk about in just a second. It also changes out the icons here. So we have two icons, and I'll show you these two icons and pull them out. Our first one is our Allied Factories 1, and if we look at yours, you have your Factories 1 and like a German version of it, right? Anyway, so what I've done is I said Allied Factories 1, and that's enabled, and then it's Allied Factories 1 destroyed is not enabled by on mission start, right? But once the factories are destroyed, we're sending a message to this deactivate icons, meaning I'm deactivating this particular icon right here. And 1 second later, I activate this destroyed icons. And so we let the players know like, hey, these factories are destroyed. You can't mess with them anymore. And then we send 1 second later, we send a deactivate to these rocket trucks, to the lead actually, and then that lead will despawn and the children will do the same. So the other three rocket trucks will also despawn, and that's exactly what you want, right? Is the trucks to go away. Let's see, once to response, but I can't do the artillery deactivate. That's what we're doing right there, is we're deactivating them right there. So once they get destroyed. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of extras we got going on. So we have all these purple lines going to a single gate. Remember, a gate is just a timer MCU that's saying open and closing the pulses to allow other things to go through. So what we have here is this gate. Immediately, once one of the artillery factories gets damaged at 50%, then this fires, it gets pulsed, which sends a pulse to this deactivate, and the deactivate sends a pulse right back to the gate, meaning that it closes the gate immediately. And that's important because we're sending in a message to this pulse, which we said earlier, hey, if all the buildings are destroyed, then we're stopping this one as well, right? So we're stopping once it's undestroyed. But if it's not destroyed, right, so there's just some of it's destroyed, but not everything, then 1 second later, we'll send a message saying, hey, your stuff's being attacked. You might want to do something about it. But because this gate is closed, so if they destroy another thing, no other messages pop up. However, we have like this 3-minute timer, and then we reopen the gate. So every 3 minutes, as long as the players are attacking this, every 3 minutes, another message will pop up saying, hey, it's under attack still, it's under attack still, it's under attack still, until it gets completely destroyed. If it gets completely destroyed, then we close this guy, and then we'll never get this message, even if they continue to fire, right? This will still go through, but it'll get stopped right here. So that's sort of your on attack. And here what group this is. On attack messages, right? And then this guy over here, we'll grab all these, and this one, and this is going to be your on destroyed logic. And down here will be your, and not including the gate will be how we started. And then this will be your artillery vehicles. Something else I noted is you have these blocks right here, and blocks can't be turned off or turned on. They can only just be there. And so what will happen is, let's say that these artillery pieces are not there, right? They're gone. They're despawned. They're not there. But the blocks will be there, and so players will know, oh, the blocks are there. I'll just wait until the artillery gets spawned in, and then I know exactly where the artillery is going to be because these blocks are here. So what I did, and mine, and if I can get to it, where is it at? Here it is. Go inside here, and we'll go to the trucks. You see I've gotten rid of those blocks. So the players don't know where the artillery trucks are, unless that's what you want, right? Oh, and one other thing is I did the same thing to our artillery icon. So the icon is disabled, and when it gets, that icon will get activated when the artillery trucks get activated, right? And it'll get deactivated when the artillery trucks are deactivated or despawned. And right now, only the allies can see it, so actually we'll change that to both allies and Axis can see it. And maybe that's what we want. We want the allies and Axis to go, hey, you know what? This is where they are. You better destroy them, because if you don't, they're going to destroy your factories. All right, man. Hopefully this is helpful for you. If you have any questions, by all means, let me know. I'm going to send this to you, and good luck. Have a good one.